Good morning, everyone. I'm here with Sliemy, the owner and host of BBD.
Hi, Delara, Queenie.
How are you feeling today? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
Um, this is probably the most excited. Well, I don't know about all that because I'll say it's the most excited for a newbie season I've been because I think we
All
just,
newbies.
hmm I think we really set the bar high this time. So I think everyone will really enjoy it.
You have been hyping it up a lot lately. And
I'm,
do you think it'll be? I mean, you guys have gone over the top and beyond. So
uh-huh.
I feel like I'm ready for the fireworks. Like, I've been ready. I feel like a lot of people have been ready. So, Miss Slimy, did you ever think you would get to season 7?
Wow. Girl, looking back at the start of the org, no, I didn't think, I just wanted a decent product. I wasn't even the owner at that time. Like I had to take over the org from the founder because he went inactive, and I just wanted to get the season finished. Like I didn't want to leave everybody hanging and
Yeah.
stuff. And then it just spiraled into something completely bigger from there, and it's been crazy. You
Hmm.
know, I don't know, not to toot my own horn, but a lot of people co-sign it as probably the highest quality Big Brother org on Discord. So it's like, you know. There's a reputation to uphold.
Definitely. And you guys do that so well. Will there be have-nots this season?
Yes, have-nots has been a staple of BBD
A
since its
staple.
inception.
Because I think that's one of the coolest have-nots that an org has come up with, because I've never heard of that, because like people love their gifts. Like, I remember when I was a have-not, I was like tweaking
Uh-huh.
because you just couldn't set. I was like, especially when you're in a fight with someone, or if you're in drama with someone and
That's
you can't
see.
send that gift.
hmm I think especially with this community, how like much we are into stan culture, like the emotes, the gifs and stuff, it has a much like bigger effect than like it would anywhere else. But the big thing for us has always just been like a very realistic experience. And small stuff like that, it may seem just small, but it can really add to like your experience.
So I know you said that season 6 was like your least favorite season. Do you think
Yes.
you guys have stepped it up?
Season six, which is admittedly kind of a rushed season, like we we kind of put most of our focus into the All-Star season, and then we had like another season planned for a newbie season planned for after that we didn't like. I feel like we didn't put as much time as we could have like putting it together. So it's like I feel like we somewhat dropped the ball a little on that season, but definitely wanted to counteract that this season. We took a lot of time, like first of all, we just took time like off in general, just like getting our mental health together because we hosted like basically 3 seasons close together or something. But secondly, yeah, just taking time to like really plan it out and make sure it's as great as it could be. So
You
yeah, I really
guys
do
took
feel
a
like
while this time.
yeah, it was like a couple months or so.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys need that break to like get your creative, because I'm sure you burn out too.
We did like honestly, I know it's like a meme that I quit every season, but season six was serious. Like there was just a point in time where I'm just like, oh my God, like I
You
can't
were
do this
over it.
anymore. Yes, I'm
Bailey,
really excited.
we have a question from a listener, Bailey. Um, let's see. Are you into twists? I know we've had some twists. I know with me and Shangela. And
Um,
and are you a fan of them?
I here's my thing about it because I've dragged other orgs for like their twists and stuff, namely like Alex's, the first one that comes to mind. I don't know if you played that org,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like a lot of people use twists as like the crutch of the season when I feel like twists are supposed to enhance the season. I don't feel like they should be something that necessarily hinders gameplay or like screws anybody over or anything, but more so something that people have to adapt to and it creates a new interesting dynamic to the game. For
Definitely.
example, the queen twist. It wasn't necessarily something that like, oh, you're screwed now or something like effed anyone
Hmm.
over, but it just like it was just another way of playing the game. It was another like perspective you've probably never seen in an org before that you now have to navigate.
Yeah, definitely. Like when you guys put me in the Shangela twist at first, I was literally like, I remember I was like crying to JP, which is like so over dramatic of me, but like, I was like, no, I just wanted a chance to play. Like, that's how I get it first. I was like, no, they
Uh-huh.
screwed me over. But like, it was so, I almost had more fun as Gemma than I did as Delara.
Screaming.
Because it was just so much fun to
Yeah.
like create this persona and stuff, and it definitely like it kickstarted things in the game. Like that's one thing when we made it past our evictions,
Uh-huh.
it catapulted like this
Yeah, it
the
really did.
the tension that me and Shangela had that carried for weeks. So I do think that they can change the course of the game also for better. Um Whisk is asking, are we going to have a theme?
Theme. Yes, of course. All our seasons have themes. It's a fun thing. It's one of those things we like to have a lot of fun with. We think it like really enhances the experience to serve thematic teas.
And
No, but really,
how
because
and
oh, go on.
Whisk wants to know also, how will the theme affect the season overall?
Okay. Well, firstly, I just wanted to add that I see these other orgs and stuff, and they have multiple seasons and stuff, and they kind of blend together and stuff. My thing with themes is I love when each season has their own personality for better or worse. Like, and I feel like that's kind of how Survivor used to be when it had different locations and stuff. Like each season felt like their own like unique thing, and now it's kind of like they kind of blend together because it's like it's in the same location, same twist, same structure, like every single season. So now it's like you kind of can't really tell the difference. Like it doesn't really matter anymore.
What?
But I
Who's
love how it's like season one, five, three, four, they all have a completely different feel to it. And a lot of that does have to do with the theme. The other part of the question, how will the theme affect the season overall? Um, I think we're really going into it compared to other seasons. Like we like you'll see when 7 p.m. comes. Like the theme will be announced right off the bat, is what I'll say. We're really going into
Hard.
it.
And now, what should specs be looking out for this upcoming season? Will we be able to like participate?
Um, I think we always try to have a way for spectators to participate. I think one of our biggest appeals that has helped us grow so big is the fact that it's a very good experience for viewers to follow along to with the
Yeah.
recaps and power rankings and everything. Like it's easy to follow along. You can
don't a
join in
lot
on
of orcs
voice
do
chats,
that though?
etc. Just say,
Yes,
Brody.
we have a call in. We have a call in from Brody.
Don't a lot of orcs do that though?
Uh, Not really. I mean, okay, let me
They
put it this
do,
way.
but I don't think it's as organized, and there's not as many like channels. I feel like that's separated. Like you have like an interview channel, you have the power rankings channel, you have you
And
know.
another part of it, for example, is like sometimes it can be feeling like you really like following along, like on a TV show. Like you don't necessarily know the challenge results, you don't necessarily know the voting results, so you kind of get that like anticipation feeling while spectating because you don't know exactly how things will turn out and stuff. So I think it's fun to spectate as a viewer.
Matt wants to know, should we expect this season to live up to the expectations of Era 1, aka
No,
seasons 1 through 5?
Oh my gosh. Um, I I don't see why not. I think everything about it. I feel, girl, you know what? I want to be messy, be like, it's our best thing, yeah, but like we're gonna have to see. But
Yeah,
I don't
don't
see why
jinx it.
not.
But like, I can tell that you seem you'll deliver. Like you deliver the goods. Like you have done it before. So I feel like you're almost in a position. Like, do you ever feel like you have to top something,
Um, Not necessarily,
or are
because
you like secure in yourself?
I don't think it's like necessarily a good thing to have too high standards for yourself, but like I do think it'll be like another, good season. That's always what I hope for. Just, a good season everyone likes.
You like season 4?
I do like season four. The thing, okay. Season four is definitely the turning point season. I feel like that's kind of when the org really accelerated a lot. So I do
I
think
thought you were gonna say
it
start
has,
going downhill.
oh, oof. Season four definitely has a lot of impact, but I do think it's probably a little overrated, but it's okay.
Do you have an idea of who could win? Like, or um, are all the
Uh,
house guest contenders? Like, you don't have to have a favorite, but like, are all the people like here to play? Play?
yes, I think there is one clear contender who's gonna take it home. I'll say who it is when the cast
Oh
is revealed.
wow! Maybe don't say it right away. So you say there's one clear contender, but there's some people like ready to fight. Do you like having a cast of a mix of people to see how different people play? Or,
Um,
are you a fan of big personalities like me and Shangela just not giving a fuck? Like what can we
well,
expect without giving too much away?
I definitely like big personalities, but I think it's nice to have a mixture.
How many females and how many males are there on the season, or how many like people who like non-binary and
Uh,
stuff like that?
Do we have an even split too? Is it diverse?
um, I feel I can't answer that at the moment because that might be too
Yes, you
revealing.
can. How diverse is the cast? Do we have a season full of Michaels, a season full of different
I think
Not
he said it was a
Michael.
mix. He said it was a mix, right?
mix?
Yeah, I do think it's a good mix.
We have a black girl.
It is diverse.
We
We
need a black
hope
girl.
that you are casting Melanin Queens. We want a Fenty, shade range in this house. What is your least favorite BBD character trope, minus from inactive players?
Oh, you know what? To answer this question, I have done a full ranking of every single player on how they are as a character. So would people be interested if I release that at some point?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And is there any trope that's overdone?
My least favorite BBD trope is just kind of like that chill, like strategist, like kind of like that Trent
Yeah,
or
they're just really boring. I swear to God, every time when I go into them interview things for them survivor thing, and then like, what makes you different from the rest of the cast? And I'm just like, I'm not a boring strategist. Like, I'm entertainment. And then they end
no,
up with casting all the boring strategists. Like, how boring? Spice it up a
I
little
feel you
bit.
because no, I say the same thing when I'm in application. Like I'm gonna serve you personality, like I'm gonna serve you entertainment,
Yes,
like
that's what
period.
I always
Yeah.
And they don't be
I,
casting me.
I
I
always say
feel
I'm
like
a walking reality TV show. That's why you should cast me. Like Jesus.
yeah, like I am like that too, and like I feel like on here the straight white people um
Yeah.
they don't accept that humor, like, you know what I mean?
Oh
They're
yeah,
just like they
Uh-huh.
want
exactly.
it cut and
Oh
dry,
my God.
and they
Ugh,
don't want you to serve personality.
Exactly.
They
I have
really
played so
don't.
many orgs where I have been first or second boo due to the host casting options. Like I came in and I was like, sorry I'm late. I was too busy sucking your dad's dick, and then no one even laughed. Like, come on, it's a joke. And then they wrote me out.
Like, and the thing is, I don't have a problem with like being strategic. Like I said, yeah, I like the big personalities. It can also be good to have like big game players, but
Right.
you can have a personality like Kevin or I don't know.
Yeah,
Slimey, what
like
do you think is the most unique Big Brother Discord or character trope? What's the player who
Honestly,
you
most
think?
of them, like I feel like most people on here, like you don't really see represented in these like big survivor orgs.
yeah,
Because I
not to
think
toot
I
my own
feel like I
horn,
was
but
really
like
unique.
I made myself into a funny ass trope, and that's what I wanted to do in the beginning, you know, like, but like nobody
Mhm.
understood my humor. But like,
I
I
think the most
definitely
famous
played up
trope
on my
is like
rich girl stupid act.
the most famous trope I think is just like the outspoken girl, like the outspoken, like yeah, basically Delara basically started that trope, like just like really outspoken, controversial. Like you got girls mad, but you also got girls standing. Like you just the whole
Yeah,
package.
yeah,
Your
And I think
guy,
you see that like Delara, Lizzie, Luna, like you see that a lot.
yeah.
Zelia Banks.
I just feel like you should be able to be who you are, and I forget what I was gonna ask. Hold on.
Who's the most robbed Big Brother Discord org player?
Oh wow. The most
And there's
robbed
only
one.
really two options that I'll accept.
Oop. What are the two
So
options?
no. I want you to answer, and then I'll tell you the two options.
Are we talking robbed in terms of like
Yes, properly robbed. Like I'm not gonna be biased.
Ryan and All Stars.
I'm not talking about me though. So there's a clue. It's not me, even though I was robbed. But anyway.
I okay, the most robbed one is I'm gonna say oh wow.
Okay, let's keep questions to this season, the upcoming season,
Oop.
as well.
Hold on, I want him to answer. Oh,
Okay, you
them
can
to
answer
answer
that
it.
one.
I think to me the most robbed player is definitely is Ryan season 5, yeah.
Ryan.
I just think
He
he was
only won.
because
Oh wait, I like him. Okay, that can be an option. Yes. Okay.
Top 5 under okay,
um
fine. Top 5 underrated games. Oh sorry, Delara.
Mine was such a good strategy.
Top 5 underrated games are Kevin, BB4, it doesn't get discussed enough, period. Um, Larry,
yeah.
season 2. Y'all need to stop disrespecting Larry's name. He's a good player in that season at least. Um,
Isn't he ginger?
who
I don't think
I
JP deserved to go out with that vote.
you JP in season 2?
Why
They
would you
didn't vote
think
for JP because they
he's not underrated? Yup.
Oh, I have a good question too.
Okay.
When
Oh,
you do
okay.
the
Sorry.
casting
I feel like you
process,
underrate Abdi.
I'll continue, Walker. Calm down. Um, Honestly, I think, yeah, a lot of season 6 players are underrated just because people felt like it was trendy to hate on the season. Like Michael was a good player, period. Zach is a good player, period. Um, even Abdi's a good player, period.
um, oh, when you're doing the casting process, um, do you guys look at, oh, maybe these two people have had beef in the past. They'd be good, or do you
Better. They
try to,
better.
or do you
Oh,
try?
100%.
Yeah, rivalries. Yeah, there we go. Whisk, we on the same.
100%. That's the thing. And it's so funny because these survivor orgs, they work against that. Like I feel like it's a good thing. If you have
Yes,
people who like hate each
exactly. Oh my
other,
God.
that like
So
I
you
don't see the issue with
definitely
it.
take it into account.
Yeah, they take into account, but in the opposite way. Like we're gonna like have them on different tribes, or we're gonna da da.
Exactly. Why
I
would
feel
you do
like
that? Ugh,
we take it into account, but like in a positive way. Like we want to
it's
see the drama, we
boring.
want to see the friendships. Like we like a good mixture.
Want a fight? We want a fight, bitch. Who is
There
Celeste
are no
becoming?
problematics. We saved that for BBD, okay?
And do you take into account people have been problematic?
Well, definitely. If you're problematic, you're not getting casted, period.
Okay. That's good to
Why
hear. That makes
though?
me feel
That
much
really
more
But okay, let me
comfortable.
clarify. By clarify, I mean like, but by problematic, I mean like bigoted, not necessarily like if you're just messy and stuff. Like,
Did you ever think that while shooting season 1 that it would make it right now to 7, that we're in a year, over a year in?
I mean, like the thing is, it's easy to just host seasons and stuff and keep that. Look at Jersey, they still crank out like seasons and stuff, but they lost all relevance. Like no one cares for them, no one checks for them. They're
no,
not good
JL seems
quality,
dead.
etc.
And why do you think that happened, and how are you going to prevent that?
I think it
Reason
happened
JRZ
because
died was because of the lack of like hosting, kind of. Like they
Sliemy,
didn't really. Sometimes they just like
Bailey's
it
not
was
having
getting a bit
it.
boring because they would host season after season after season. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit. So that's why it
Yes,
just got boring.
Sliemy. Sliemy,
And
what are your
Mm.
thoughts? How do you guys talk about that? How to keep
excuse
it
me.
fresh?
No, we do talk about. I think a lot of okay, like I think part of it is a lot of teams do plan like far ahead. Like they just want to get to a certain milestone season or something. They're not really thinking about individual seasons, how to make them special, how to have each one have their own life into
Like
it.
curated?
Yeah, it's just like hosting just for the sake of hosting. So for us, we really do like enjoy this org. So we take it one season at a time. We're only focused on that season being as good as
That's
it
good.
can be.
Yes, that's how you
Then
do
move on to the
That's really
next.
good.
it. That's good.
Do you have any do you guys have a number in your head of how far you want to take the org, or are you feeling burnt out? Are you feeling refreshed now? Like,
On like I don't know if I could say, but
'cause the
like at
girlies
least
don't
like
want to
10
cancel the
would
kitten.
screaming.
I have a
Like 10 would
question
be a
after.
cute one to get to. And like, okay, part of like I do feel like a lot of it that just comes to integrity. For example, I remember like when the status of BBD was kind of unknown for a second, a lot of people are like, oh, just let me host it and stuff. But it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like the org is gonna I as long as I'm hosting the org, like it's gonna remain like as high quality as it can be. I'm not just gonna hand it over to somebody else so it can fall on the path that JRZ went. Because I'd rather
Yeah, I
end the
feel like
org before it goes
JRZ
down
just
that
had
lane.
so many shakeups. Like, Amelia was a host at one, but they just let anyone host.
Uh-huh.
Well, and there's racist, transphobic, white people in there, like
Mm.
people fucking
Me,
my
Vinny.
shit. Um,
Any
how
twist?
has
Go on.
the game changed? How has
No,
BBD
I had a
changed?
question.
Oh, go ahead.
What was it? Oh, great, now I forgot.
I did you
Hold
have a
on,
question or?
let me think.
Um,
Yeah, I what's like a theme that you're planning to do for maybe like a future All-Star season or stuff like that? Like Heroes
Wow,
of
that's
Season, stuff like that.
he just said they don't
uh
plan on it. They just take it one season at a time, right?
Wait, sorry, I wasn't listening.
correct.
What are you most excited for about season
We
7?
can get hyped,
Season
stupid.
7. I'm just I'm most excited for the reception. Like I feel like people will really enjoy it.
How many
what can
applications did you get?
BBD fans look forward to this season?
Look for honestly like the whole package. Like we did a whole full rebranding. Like it's phase two,
Oh,
period, and it's just a whole lot of new change, period.
like a lot of rebranding.
Yeah,
Um,
don't get it twisted. Like a lot is iconic and stuff of like the first, phase, but it's a new era. Like we got to keep things changing, keep things new, keep things fresh. Oop.
what about BBD do you think like attracts and keeps such a good fandom and following?
Honestly, the community. Like I don't know. I feel like in a lot of communities, it's just a lot of cliques, and not saying there's not
The
necessarily
white
that
man.
here, but see, like a lot of cliques, a lot of just like shadiness, a lot of like you can't really talk about certain stuff, like a lot of censorship
Yeah.
in that sense. And I just feel like here's a really authentic, and it's like everyone can hate each other, love each other, whatever it is, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's just that community feel to
Yeah,
it.
because I
That
feel
like
like I feel like we're all very good friends.
I don't know about all that, but
I know, but like we all keep in contact. Okay, we're acquaintances, a lot of us, and we tolerate and we talk and stuff most of the time, and I feel like it's nice that we can have these fights and you know
T.
Brody
Oh.
can still come in here and you can be civil and everyone is having fun. I'm curious to know how you did you want that type of community in the
Um,
beginning or did it just kind of turn into it organically?
Isn't it just a
Oh,
bunch of
sorry, I
gamers?
wasn't reading questions. I'm sorry, I was reading questions for Julie Chen.
I think organically, like it wasn't a planned thing. Like, cause remember, it wasn't even the org at first. It was just that, BB server, and that's where most of us came from. Like the first like the first 2 or 3 seasons, like a lot of people never even played orgs before. They were just on that server, and came here and started playing. So I think it did just happen organically, where we were just all naturally friends and stuff, and then it just grew from there.
Yeah.
It's not like Skinny Brother.
Oop.
And you guys keep it active even during an off season. I mean, I've never seen that type of stuff before,
That's good. No shade. Look, I'm gonna just say this. You can go to these big Survivor orgs, go to their viewing lounges, and search the numbers of posts that have been made that season. And
Oh,
we've ran analysis, like
exactly.
we've compared the numbers to posts made during during the periods of time, like in our seasons and stuff. And I'm just saying, just go look at those numbers.
Are there any twists that you ever wanted to try on BBD that got cut just before? Like, have you guys scrapped something like right away?
Yes, this season we scrapped something. I wasn't a fan of it, but we're keeping it in the
Two
vault for something
houses.
else.
You guys take votes and stuff? Is it like a community thing? Like, you guys debate it and discuss?
Yes, we want everyone to be on the same page. Oop.
What BBD players would you say have left the biggest impact on the org?
X.
um, definitely. I mean, number one is sex. Like,
Exactly.
you know, okay, no shade. It's just I feel like that got BBD talking mainstream, in a sense. Her impact on that season, and even like there's a reason she's one fan favorite twice. Um, Another person I'd say is Delara. I think season two being as good as it was, or as popping as it was. I know a lot
Yeah.
of people argue it wasn't good, but they were still watching.
Thank you.
So season two being as like highly talked about as it was, I think was a big part of the org
Controversial, definitely.
still being around.
It's you. I think
Also,
like 8
Amelia, to be
hours.
honest.
Yeah, definitely. Slimy too. I think that strong women, like we don't see. Before I got to this org, I didn't see this side of how you guys accept strong women. and you kind of stand strong women, because I'm not gonna lie, when people say, like, people also kind of separate this org, because like when I was in like Danielle and the white people's server, they would be like,
I hate Danielle.
you know the Danielle?
Yes. Is she the fat one?
It seems like we have lost Brody on the podcast this morning.
Oh, I don't know what happened with that.
What are the biggest challenges you guys face of preparing for cycles, like during the game? Or what are your
Oh my
biggest?
gosh. Definitely the fact, like, I don't know, BBD casts are just cracked, like you never know what to expect. So we always gotta be like in constant communication. Like, I don't know. We have like a Delara versus Amelia thing that happened in cycle 4 of season 5. Or just like whatever, like we always have to be ready to respond.
What type of advice, Miss Sliemy, are you giving to the new house guests? What words of encouragement, advice would you give?
My advice is just be yourself and have fun with it. Like I just feel like BBD is really one of those orgs you can just kind of be cracked a little bit and not have to like.
You have to be a personality.
Period.
Because I feel like you have to be active. I feel like we like people who tell us their thoughts. Because in an org, you have to have a personality. If you don't have a personality, what do you have? You can't show your face. You can't show how your emotion, how you're communicating, Are you a fan of big alliances?
I mean, I think there's one every like time. So
welcome everyone. If you're new here, we are we are live with Sliemy. I'm sorry, Bailey, can you repeat the question? Oh, Bailey wants to know, how do you guys avoid, pre-gaming? Oh, you've said that last night, but maybe the viewers want to hear again.
Yeah, I said that, but I'll repeat it. Like, do you mean specifically with returning seasons or just in general?
In general, I suppose.
I know with 5, one thing we did was same thing. You don't want to do it days before. Like some orgs will literally be like weeks in advance. You're playing like JRZ or something. I remember we knew like at least a month in advance. But the other thing is,
you guys don't reveal the cast. You said also that you have a little special. I don't even want to say it anymore because
yeah, exactly. And then try to like split it evenly too, because you don't want too much from only one section.
You can change one thing about a past season to make it more interesting. What would you change?
I mean, I feel like I'm mostly satisfied with how things play out.
Yeah, that's okay.
I guess my only thing is season 6. I just wish when this one that won HOH he did something that he was hyping up. But
I do remember that we were, cheering him on. Y'all need to stop trying to get on future seasons. This is not a sponsorship for your fucking campaign, okay? Any moment in BBD where you almost stopped?
Yes, season 6. Like I was about over it, to be honest. Like there was some point like I just left and stuff, and then like Sam keeps bothering me, like, no, you're gonna come back and finish it, period. I'm like, girl, no. But I would come back, so we got it finished, and then we took a break. It wasn't even like a break in a season. It was just like we're just on hiatus for the moment. But then we was like, you know what, we feeling it again, so we're back. Joshua asked earlier, I think he got missed, that why did we finally decide to do an all-star season? Just because it felt like the right time. Like we in short, and okay, here's the thing. A lot of these orgs and stuff, because I think your boyfriend, JP, we better go get her. I think he was saying something about how like it would be too early for an all-star season because most orgs needs to wait till 7, 8, or whatnot to do it. But we didn't have that problem because every single season was churning out so many like iconic players,
Icon.
iconic
Yeah.
moments. Like, so it was like it's time. Like we got 4 seasons. We have enough to have like 4 per season or so. So like, let's do it.
Um, for Shangela and I's twist, I wanted to know, did you guys pick us randomly or did you guys think, oh, these bitches are gonna be weird and they're gonna get so mad?
That's oh wow. The season 2 twist is just there was so much that went into that happening. Um wow. Because I remember, no, because I fought for it. Like, I had to fight for it because all these hoes was like, this is way too fucking complicated. Like, it's gonna flop. I'm like, no, it's gonna be skinny. We're doing it, period. And they were just like, no, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, da 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 da. I'm like, no, like, it's gonna work. Like, just like, trust me on this. So like, we spent a lot of time putting it together, like making sure the Gemma account and nobody would be able to find out. Like,
Yeah, and you guys did so the most. I had to like go in and out. So fucking annoying. Shangela
see,
was like,
Sam did agree with me. No, but like,
uh-huh.
I think this was the one who was like, dude, Delara and Shangela. Because I think the thing is, we needed 2 people who like weren't in the community at the time, and he recommended you two.
So how are you tonight? Are you excited for tonight? Are you nervous?
Oh, I'm excited. It's gonna be skinny, period.
And
Yeah.
what time will we be here? What time can we expect season to
Well,
start at?
lunch is at 7 p.m. Eastern, so I'll be here. Get ready around like 6:50 or so. Get your popcorns, get your snacks, get your tea, whatever you need.
Oh,
BMVC, get
perfect.
ready, get hyped.
Perfect. I will be having my champagne. Um, as far as orgs go, I've always wondered this. And I'll ask you your take on it. Why do you think people get so invested? I mean, we don't win anything, you know?
Um, to be quite honest, it's not something I necessarily understand myself. Like, I guess it's what you get out of it. I know for me playing orgs, it's mostly just about the fun I have. Like, winning isn't too big a deal for me. I think most people who have seen me play know that. Like, I just like to have fun with it. I don't care too much about jury management or like, um, whatever.
Yeah, I've always felt like you were a player that didn't take
hmm
shit seriously
Like everybody in
in a
BB Can is
good
like,
way.
oh my gosh, like why would you do that? Da, da, da. I'm like, it's not that deep. Like, oh well, like okay, I went off on her. She got what she deserved. That's on love. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
And again, that's like that kind of side of BBD where it's like you can kind of be like that. Like maybe not all the way, but how do I plan on giving OG loyal alumni the respect they deserve? By serving quality seasons that they can spectate, period.
Yes. And, the organization being able to be so interactive, you guys, you know, let people do things like this, like my interview. We pretty try to make it legit here. Because I wouldn't be doing this for like nobody, like I have a connection because I won't get on the phone
And
for very long for a phone interview. Miss Julie.
well, yeah, but if that's all, just yeah, get hyped. I think everyone will enjoy it. I think the players will, the specs will, the hosts will.
I look
So,
forward to hearing your thoughts next week. Tune in next week to hear maybe perhaps the other hosts' thoughts on this. Sam, if you'd like to be interviewed later, maybe. DR too.
and
Yeah. Let's
oh,
keep
you know who will get
positive.
interviewed? Is Wiz still in here? We can interview Wiz. He's an apprentice now.
Oh yeah, Whisk, if you'd like to come on and talk about how excited to be an intern. If you're not available, we can reschedule. Okay, Whisk, we can ask next week. We can see how you're fitting in and stuff. But yeah, everyone should be kind to each other. Let's not fight. Let's focus on the house guests.